tiny. And I just have to go there today. Shout out to Lisa Cabrera. Oh man, baby girl was on fire. I'm gonna be playing a little bit of her soundbite. What's this about? Hmm. I said they tripping. Okay, so yeah, I have a little soundbite of Lisa Cabrera, Black History Month on the Catholic Church and slavery. She went in on there. Now I'm gonna be playing her soundbite. Um, Baby girl, I ain't trying to disrespect you or nothing, so don't worry about it. You know what I'm saying? You don't mind. If I could just use your video in a loving way, I would never disrespect you. I got mad love for you. You already know the vibes, Lisa. That part. Okay. So anyhow, so Lisa, and I love me some Lisa, but I was cracking up on Lisa. So anyhow, Lisa let loose yesterday, baby. I was like, stop playing. I said, stop playing. Lisa letting fire out. Oh my goodness. You know how she always be professional. She be like on point, she don't be trying to, use profanity. She be like, But yesterday, baby, she went in. So without further ado, let me go ahead and go ahead, baby.
Class or excluding. And look, exclusion is a form of lying too. Never let them act like because they stayed silent on certain things, that means they didn't lie. No, exclusion of the truth is still lies. Never forget that. So we're going to go over slavery
Mm.
and the Catholic Church. In fact, all religious organizations in America participated in slavery.
Oh my God, here come the commercial. Hold up, y'all. I'm coming. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. She be having mad commercials on her shit. I hope she getting paid because I hate them.
All did. Okay? Priests and pastors in America during chattel slavery were paid with slave money. Never forget that. All of them were paid with slave money. It didn't matter if they were in the Catholic Church or in the Christian Church. The Pope, the bishops, the nuns, the priests, all got paid with slave money. All of them did. And it goes even deep. When we get into...
I ain't trying to be funny and that. And she was like at 57,000. I don't be watching nobody, but I be seeing numbers and shit. Her shit boost up to like 87,000 after this. I bet you it was this one right here. Like, yo, she went in on this video. Let me shut up.
To this, you're going to find out nuns, ladies and gentlemen, showed up at the auctions to sell and buy slaves. The nuns did that. Okay? So they were all involved from the top to the bottom. So it makes me laugh when they come around talking about these are nice people that dedicated their life to, their life to helping people. Fuck, are you fucking kidding me? No, you are part of the same racist system, and the Catholic Church was knee deep in white supremacy, just like it is to this very day. Poured into the Catholic Church, you are the first ones that should be stepping up to pay reparations.
All that money they
nice people crap. If they participated in slavery and all of the racism and colonialism that has gone on worldwide, no, you ain't hardly no nice people. You're not nice people.
Period.
And your history shows you're not nice people.
Big fact.
The hell out of here with that crap.
Right.
Now, I wasn't going to go there.
Okay.
But you brought me here. Period. See, when you went on my video talking about these nuns, I was talking about the standard of, you just don't like the fact
Oh no, they
that
didn't.
we are rejecting all of your stuff, your standard of beauty. And I had one last night. I was cracking up.
Hold on, I gotta take a break because she going. She said your standard of beauty, and I got what? Oh my god, I love her. She listen, Deadpool. Now let's go ahead and proceed. She was like, I was not gonna go there, but y'all made me go there. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Now, this person talk about we need to shut the F up, black women. You're only 13% of the population, and we already know they're lying about that. And so, in other words, they're saying we need to shut up and be dominated and accept the standard of beauty that don't even look like us. So here's my answer to you.
When we see Pleiadian ships, we see a sphere of light because it's the Merkaba moving so fast. The Atlantis.
You on live stream, and I know you're listening because you motherfuckers like to micromanage everything we say. So I know you're in the background. So get your ears cleared, get all the wax out, because I'm gonna let you know something.
Oh,
we have been on lockdown since March 2020.
Okay.
How the fuck are you gonna tell us what to do in our own homes?
Okay.
How you gonna push and make sure we following your standard of beauty and we're all on lockdown? Our kids are doing class virtually. Parents haven't worked since 2020. How you gonna enforce that? Please answer. You have no way of enforcing something like that on people, and we've been locked down since March 2020. How you gonna enforce it? Stay the hell off with your little stupid ass comment. And you are coming up to, you're backing up a church that oppressed, killed, raped, and stole your land. And you sitting up here propping it up like you got something to defend. You don't even know why you're a Catholic. You're a bunch of brainwashed idiots. Of even African Americans that are into the Catholic Church. And I am sad to say this, ladies and gentlemen, I got a cousin in Philadelphia. We all grew up in the Baptist church, went to the same church. They lived only a few blocks away from me. We grew up, hung out together and everything, right? And I got this one female cousin that decided to become a Catholic about 15 years ago. And for the life of me, I cannot understand why she made this transition. It was bad enough you were a Baptist, but you transitioned to be a Catholic? I can't comprehend it, but I do have a Catholic in my damn family, y'all. I do have one. All right. So many of our own people within the community are part of the Catholic Church. Now, some, when they have realized what the history is, yes, dumb diverses, yep. When you look at the history, many of them have left the Catholic Church. Many of them have, you know. Many of our children, even if they're not Catholic, because we are brainwashed into believing their education is better, a lot of us are putting our kids in Catholic school, or you yourself have been through a Catholic school. You know, and we're brainwashed to believe anything white is better. And we know, you know, those of us that have freed our minds, we know that is not the case. We already know this. So, ladies and gentlemen, a lot of us found out, and many of us have found out, we even had family members, forefathers, that were owned by the Catholic Church. Now, I told many of you I've done my family tree. I've also had, when I was doing my family tree, ladies and gentlemen, I had friends that did their family tree right along with me. I had one friend that found, I think she had 4 relatives that were owned by the Catholic Church. They owned 4 of her family members.
Oh, okay. That shit is crazy.
So this is real. We don't have to. This one thing about us, ladies and gentlemen, we don't have to make up no damn history. We don't.
Big
We
fact.
got so much evidence and so much things we can find within our family just doing research back to the slaves in our family. We ain't got to make up a damn thing. And we don't have to lie about nothing either when it comes down to the history.
Period. Period.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jesuit priests in the beginning of slavery in Georgetown sold 272 slaves. And many of you might not be aware that nuns and priests were sent to auctions to buy and sell slaves. They went to actual auctions and sold and bought slaves. This is what these were, nuns and priests that did this. So, when I see mass, ladies and gentlemen, and I see all these black people mixed in the crowd, it is stomach curdling to look at that. It really is. And I always have to ask myself, do they even know the history? Do they know? You're standing in that crowd and your forefathers were you're probably standing next to a relative of a slave trader that went in the crowd and bought your relative and sold them off. Slaves were also bought and sold to pay for the salaries in the Catholic Church. It paid for the salary of the Pope, the bishops, the priests, and the nuns back then. During chattel slavery, their salaries came directly from slavery. So one black woman actually went out on a journey to find out who these nuns were that sold enslaved people. And these, the ones they had were used to, serve these nuns and convents. And slaves were actually in many religious institutions back then. How many of these pastors you hear today, ladies and gentlemen, that actually atone for these kind of things? They don't. They don't. They don't. In fact, the Catholic Church was so deep in slavery, it has left a deep scar even to this day over how this historic institution benefit off the slave economy. So we can't even say, okay, a lot of the wealth that these people have today came directly from slavery. We know that, right? But now we can start saying a lot of the wealth obtained by the Catholic Church to this very day was obtained by slavery. Don't leave them off the hook. And Christianity too, because it just appalled me, ladies and gentlemen. When I was going through, I was looking for relatives that might have been lynched down in the South. And when I came across the county records and I started going through, and I think some of my relatives were actually in there, but I was not able to really confirm it. My grandmother on my dad's side comes out of Coffee County, Georgia. My goodness, y'all, I almost broke down in tears. There was not a week that went by that there was some kind of lynching down in Coffee County, Georgia. They lynched children, girls, boys, men, women, and elderly. They didn't give a damn. They just lynched anything they could grab. It was so many lynchings in that county alone, it was sickening. It was absolutely sickening. And then when I start looking further, the majority in the South, it didn't matter what state or county it was, the majority of lynchings in the South took place on a Sunday afternoon when these people got out of church. That's when they took place. And you can see the actual address. Use your phone and go back to that date. And I'm telling you, 9 times out of 10, it falls on a Sunday afternoon. So to me, church was nothing but just driving them into a frenzy to get out there and grab up black people to kill. And your pastor was a big participant in the lynching of black people, the pastor. So, man, don't come to me about no damn nice people. I ain't trying to hear you. Okay. So, what do the Catholic Church do? Well, they claim by 1965, ladies and gentlemen, they acknowledge how wrong slavery is. Wow. So from the time you sold 272 people in Georgetown all the way up to 1965, it took you that long to realize slaving people is wrong? Y'all pretty damn slow. So they did try to make an apology again in the 70s, ladies and gentlemen. But let's cross the ocean and let's talk about Africa. Africa is another place that fell victim to Catholicism. Catholicism was fine with colonialism in Africa. So, I mean, this Catholic Church has left a bad stain everywhere. So they were absolutely fine with colonizing Africa, and they were for many, many centuries that it went on. The Catholic Church okayed it and said it was okay. So much for, oh, yeah, and what did you do to make amends? See, when it comes down to really atoning, you notice when the skin is dark, they don't want to atone for anything. They didn't atone to us no more than they have atoned to Africa. And when I say atone, I also mean compensation. If nothing else, this is what the Catholic Church owes. And see, when you say you don't owe reparations to us, what you are saying is you are down with white supremacy. And white supremacy says you don't have to pay for nothing. So when you say that, then I know what you're part of. And I know there is no repentance in you. And that's fine. You're going to pay one way or another. See, there's only so much lying your pastors can do. There is no way everybody on the planet must be punished for what we do, but you are free and absolved from anything. That doesn't even make any common sense. And we know you couldn't possibly be free from punishment because look at the shape America's in. And if you were free from punishment, then you shouldn't be looking at COVID. If you are free from punishment, then you shouldn't have any dead family members from COVID. And your pastor should not have died. And your priests and your nuns, they shouldn't be died. So you tell me you don't get punished for nothing? Really? Then COVID shouldn't be taking you out. And why isn't your economy looking like it did in 2019? We're in 2021. And you still can't get this place back up and running. But you're saying there is no judgment from you. But you know what? That judgment's already been on you. It's already been here. And your denying is not going to do a thing. It's not going to do anything. Now, why do so few Americans know about the role that the Catholic Church took in slavery? It's because what they have ultimately did, ladies and gentlemen, is bury these records. They are in the courthouse, believe it or not. The courthouses around the country, especially if it was slavery, in those particular states, they do have record of it. Okay? But what they do is they take this document and they archive it and they pretty much bury it so that many people don't see or even know to ask. So many historians, when they realize the role that Catholic Church took in slavery, they will make a concerted effort to unearth these records so that they can tell the story. Many stories that our eyes probably haven't seen in hundreds of years. So it's hard to get a good understanding when you don't get to see the records, and they write nothing in the history books about Catholicism and their role in slavery. So, and it's rarely talked about. When we see the Catholic Church, they're just having their usual rituals up at the Vatican, or their Christmas Eve Mass and stuff like that, but they don't bring up how heavily their role is in slavery. They keep it buried. So this information is not available to teach the children in school. They won't even teach it in the Catholic school. How deep their racism enslaving people in this country and how they were all for it. Didn't see nothing wrong with it. So slaveholders in the Catholic Church in the South benefited heavily from slavery. And now just think, we can now look up this stuff ourselves. We don't have to depend on these people to look up our own history. Now, where else? South Africa. South Africa is another place where Catholicism played a big role, not only in slavery, but the stealing of land in South Africa. You know how these folks are. When we showed up, there was no one here. Now, how in the hell did the last group of people that showed up on the planet were the first to be on all the land mass? I mean, seriously, seriously, how is the last group of people show up on the planet, but they showed up on all this land and nobody was there? Okay, I mean, it doesn't, you laugh at it when you hear it. And how is it that everywhere they show up, they're everything on the earth? They are the Native Americans. They are the Egyptians. I mean, it's like you couldn't possibly be all those things. And look at the part of the world, they didn't even have white people there. So how can you even be I mean, the history that they tell, if you really sit back and look at it, you would laugh your ass off because it doesn't make any sense. Okay. So many of you might have heard when Georgetown University, I remember, and I think I did a story on this back in 2019. They had announced a fund to benefit the descendants of slaves. And it was really, at that time, the first American university, but we know all of these universities in America owes reparations. All of them do. Not just Georgetown and a few that announce reparations. It is far more. Thank you, Sandley Camp D, for becoming a new member. Okay, so they were the first to establish a fund for the descendants of slaves, people that were enslaved. Now, you know, the universities had the slaves as, cooking and cleaning, and they were also cooking, cleaning up after the children in the dorms and cleaning up after and being slaves in the classroom for the teachers, so all that crap. So Virginia, They created reparations funds, and other religious institute also followed suit. So people debated whether it is a good or bad or adequate idea to give reparations. And we, as the Black community, we know that's always a good idea. And it is something that we need to really push, not only this government, but all of these religious institutions around America that benefited from slavery. Their institutions would not even exist to this very day if it wasn't for the enslavement of Black people, especially the Catholic Church. They can thank us. When you know how they always come around talking about we should be grateful. No, they should be grateful that they have an institution as strong as it is, because all of that money came from slavery. They are the ones that should be grateful to us. That's how you talk back to them. That's how you talk back. Don't ever let them come and tell you to be grateful. If we weren't here, they wouldn't have the lifestyles that they're enjoying to this very day.
Period. That's how y'all clap back. Clap back. Period. Yes. And that's Lisa Cabrera and shit like that. That's my girl. Y'all wanna go? Her name is right there and shit like that. She went in. I was just like, the first time I ever heard her cuss, what I'm saying, I had to do that. Let me get there real quick, cause she be on some on point, her talking points, be on point, they genuine and whatever, so but I thought it was hilarious, but I wanted to throw some extra stuff in there, as she was speaking, it's like it is true, there is so much things out there that you can find and read and see how this all connects, with the atrocities that were committed in this land right here in your own land, and they keep telling you you are not, you are somebody else when you are from this land held in captivity by the very same oppressors that have stolen your identity, use this identity, and have joined a confederation against you to make Israel a nation no more, right? So, it's all about the aboriginals, the aborigines, you know, of the Americas, Australia, Canada, from the islands of the sea, wherever this energy is, this is what's popping right now, and ain't nobody gonna do anything or say nothing about it, because if you're not in this to win this, now what we have to realize is that, you know, there is ways out, and I wanted to share this right here with folks because I think this right here is so much, so valuable. So we're going to take it from the beginning. What happened? I guess it was on pause. It was on pause. Too long. Oh, darn it. Here we go. That's good. Y'all got to see the name. Hold on, y'all. This thing's acting up. It's always like that. It's like excuse the smoking part because that's irrelevant. Just stick with the information that is so priceless, and this is what's popping right now. So, Lisa Cabrera, thank you for that information. And as we go, we always trading info, right?
3/5 of a man. 3/5 of a man. 3/5 of a man. We'll remember that. We'll remember that concept. 3/5 of a man. That's what we would consider. That's what we would consider 3/5 of a man. Let's start the story right there. We would consider 3/5 of a human being. 3/5 of a human being. That's what we would consider. Let's start the story right there. 3/5 of a human being. Mind, body, and soul. That was the 3 that we had. We had mind, body, and soul. That was 3 out of 5. Mind, body, and soul. Okay. The other 2, nationality and creed. We didn't have that. We did not have nationality and creed. Well, we had it, but they took it away. We all know what happened. So when they made us citizens, when we were able to, when they created us, when they naturalized us, they gave us a creed and a nationality, and that gave us citizenship. We had mind, body, and soul. They gave us creed and nationality, and that made us citizens. We had mind, body, and soul. They gave us creed, nationality, and that made us citizenship. The nationality was a United States citizen. Okay? That's an artificial nationality. It's not real. Because where the fuck what is the United States? What landmass is that? What landmass is the United States? The United States is operating on a landmass, on a continent. The United States is conducting business on a continent. And they've got clearance to conduct business on a continent. So you were 3/5 of a man. Okay? Because we had mind, body, and soul, but no nationality and no creed. They gave us a synthetic nationality, and they gave us a synthetic creed. Okay? That made us 2/5 artificial intelligence. So we 3/5 of a man, and now we 2/5 artificially intelligent. Just want people to think about that. Look up, do research all you want. This is why they consider Abraham Lincoln, George Washington, all the presidents, every president that's ever been, they understand that they are dealing with people who were formerly 3/5 of a man. And they created us. They created the other 40% of us. They gave us a nationality and they gave us a creed. And we followed this. We followed it, we accepted it, and we internalized it, and we made it, we made it manifest. We made that shit manifest. We made it manifest. Now there go the mind fuck. I see the how I interpret this without sounding like I'm being like down or pessimistic, like the future isn't bright. The future is fucking lovely. It's gorgeous. The future is now. Right now, it's a beautiful time. I don't care about no corona. I don't care about no goddamn snow. It's a beautiful fucking time right now. Because, and you know, this collective consciousness is coming to be. And it's waking people up, but people keep going back to sleep. And we got to stop going back to sleep. We got to stop going back to sleep. We got to be obsessed with scratching that conscious urge. We got to grow an obsession with it. And I've grown an obsession with it. And I've came to a couple realizations. For one, especially all the guys, this for all the guys out here, bro. I'm going to say this shit one time. Ain't no such thing as police. Ain't no such thing as no crime unless you hurt somebody or you stole something or damaged some property. Them the only crimes, bro. Them the only crimes. Prosecution about to stop. Police about to cease fucking with people. The justice system, the judge, the jury, all that shit is not even the jury. I wish we the jury, but they exited that. So all this shit is about to fall. I'm about to tell y'all how all this shit is about to fall. Everybody gonna be free, and what this and how we gonna benefit from this collective consciousness, and how it's gonna come from law. Because I don't care what you say. Everybody living their best self within a system. Everybody living their best self within a system. You are not governing, and you are not governing yourself. We're not governing ourselves. We're not responsible for our likes and dislikes. We're not, the personality ain't you. Remember, we 40% artificially intelligent. Everything we ever consume that relates to nationality and creed is artificial. It's all fiction. Okay, this is our birth certificate. This is our social security card. This is that part of us. Remember I said it was 2 creation stories, y'all. It was 2 creation stories. There's 2 creation stories in the Bible. And there's 2 creation stories with us. When we come out our mother and when we come out the hospital. Okay? The hospital represents the ward, the maternity ward. You know what I'm saying? A ward of the state. That means you are the state shit. You are state property. You know what I'm saying? And you don't come out of there until you're bonded and your birth certificate come back and your social, and you know, you free to go. And that part of you is all synthetic. It's all artificial. That part of us is all artificial. And and we gonna correct that. Once we correct that artificially given nationality and creed, that's when we gonna realize that there is no spoon. There is no court system. There are no taxes. There is no such thing as a job. There is no such thing as these education systems. Y'all letting them trick y'all. They ain't even letting y'all kids go to school. They ain't letting people go to school, but the Cook County still running motherfuckers in and out. Kids can't go to school, but you can run nonviolent offenders in and out of Cook County. So, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know what, man, it's a lot going on, bro. But the fact that ain't nobody paying attention to law lets you know that most of our intelligence is artificial. Most of our intelligence is artificial. Okay? I don't give a fuck how much information we know. Okay? I don't care how much information we know or how woke we think we are. If we're not talking about law, that shit is artificial. If we're not talking about law, it's artificial. Okay? And the people who entrusted with this ability to give out artificial nationalities and creeds, they operate by law. You understand? Think about it. I don't care what you think about your biggest problem and how you can fix it and what the law and what you can do within the law. Okay? With whose law? That's what we say. We forget that these laws, they were made with us they were made with us. And right now, they're even considering us even more all around the world, all around the world, all around the world. I'm talking about United Nations. They waiting, but they waiting on the correct classification. A black person is an artificially intelligent, legal fiction. A black person is a legal fiction. A Puerto Rican is a legal fiction. A Mexican is a legal fiction, okay? The more we identify with these things, the more they can subjugate us. Because why? These are classifications under the United States organization, the corporation. That ain't no more. The United States corporation is no more. There has been a transfer of powers. This ain't gonna make sense to a lot of people, but just keep up where you can, okay? The United States corporation is no more. Who are United States citizens? Black, white, Native American, Puerto Rican, Latino, Hispanic, blase, Skippy, okay? Above the United States. Put that down. You got the citizens. Above the United States, you have the states. You have the individual states and nations. You have nations and states, okay? A nation is, there are multiple nations and states operating on this continent alongside of the United States. This is what we don't realize. There are nations and states operating. A lot of us know them as Moors. A lot of us know some of them as Moors. You know what I'm saying? Or sovereigns and things like that. And, you know, that shit is almost unattainable, it feel like. But guess what? The floodgates then open the door. Yeah, universal law is one thing. All that good shit. We can say all that. But I was just held, bound, without... All that good shit is cool. All that good shit is cool. But law is where it all stops. Law is what's going to give us the world. Law is how we going to re-inherit the earth. Through law, nigga. We not re-inheriting the earth through no fucking dreams. We not re-inheriting the earth through no goddamn psychedelic ass goddamn experiences. We're not gonna re-inherit the earth by fucking just manifesting and woo-sign and going to work and just being we're not gonna re-inherit the earth like that. That's why I'm saying we thinking real small. We thinking like a United States citizen. We thinking like my man's Fred Hampton, who had the right spirit, but these niggas was fighting the wrong battle. These niggas was fighting the wrong battle. There is no such thing as a black person overcoming the system. It's not possible. It's not possible. It's impossible for a black person, a legal fiction, to exercise rights, exercise real rights and justice. The whole world waiting on the right coding, the right interpret. Once we able to use our consciousness to do what it's for, let me tell y'all what consciousness is and what this you know, high vibrations. My man's Marvelous say high vibrational. And I do too. That's a term I love. But you know what we do with these high vibrations? We supposed to interpret the signals. The signals are the signs and the symbols. These are codes. These are spiritual and intellectual codes. You hear me? This shit is deeper than rap. This shit way deeper. So if you conscious, you supposed to be learning. You gotta learn the law, nigga. You bound by it, nigga. If you bound by the fucking law, they can take everything you got. You can get rich right now and they can take it. They can find a way to take it. They can do you like a Bill Cosby. They could do you like a Meat Meal. They could take you right out your fucking glow no matter how much money you got. And the only way they can do that is because they're ordained to be able to do it through law. Okay? They can take you niggas out your glow. They can murder a nigga on the street. You niggas who act like niggas not getting murdered every day by police, by each other. Motherfuckers real live love to fucking blot out what's going on on the street level in Chicago. We like to ignore it and act like it's not there. No, that shit is there, nigga, and it's prevalent. That's what's running shit. It's prevalent. And this is the backs who the whole system is built off on. This the backs the whole system is built off on. Niggas who are subjected to the law. Niggas, women, females, kids, everybody. This is where the real fight at. Okay? This is where the real fight at. It's not against no police. Because guess what? The police are indigenous too. It's not against no motherfucking it's not against none of who we think it's against. Because we are all the same motherfuckers. And when we realize this and can bring this shit to a national level and get the right type of attention, which is attainable. That's what I'm here to say. I'm not here to just fucking talk, nigga. We found the way. We found the way. We found the way. Like this shit real. This shit is real live real. It's real. And it's gonna be shown. It's gonna be shown. It's gonna be shown. We need manpower. We need people who ready to embrace they higher consciousness and they ready to take on learning how to decode law. They ready to take on learning how to fly planes. They ready to take on learning how to build our own cars, create our own energy systems, create our own healing centers, create our own education centers, all that. This is what you got to do. Higher consciousness not going to build you no civilization. You can sit there and rest in our little fairy worlds and our, you know what I'm saying, our cool, you know what I'm saying, face value tactics. But that shit ain't going to build no civilization. It's the only reason. We have to become nations and states. And this shit is attainable. We've been entrusted with the knowledge, nigga. On the real. We've been entrusted with it. And that's what these high vibrations is for. Our ancestors is sending these signals and they telling us, get out of there. Get out of that motherfucking trap. It opened up. Mentioning going to where I can. If y'all not learn a little bit about transference of powers. And y'all will understand that ain't no such thing as a fucking president. Ain't no such thing for real right now. They blatant with it right now. But the president's supposed to been gone. They just been, it's been a whole fucking a magic show. And we the fucking prime, we the entertainer, we the entertainees. We sitting there just sitting watching and they just in the background like, keep coming with more shit. Let's do some versus battles with Jeezy and Gucci. Let's fucking have Roy Jones and motherfucking Mike Tyson fight. Let's fucking have some, all the fucking distraction tactics are coming out. Why? Because this is our opportunity to free ourselves. We not gonna fucking free ourselves until we ain't gotta work. We not gonna free ourselves until we ain't gotta fucking worry about kids getting to school on time because they in school all motherfucking day. They having fun. They fucking developing their mental capacity. They taking in all type of creative things and building upon it. And we nourishing their environment for their ass. And we having time to take care of our health and take care of our motherfucking well-being mentally and physically. That's what freedom is. Freedom ain't having no good job. It's not. That's slavery. You niggas, like, freedom is not having a good job. I'm sorry. Freedom is not having a master's degree. I'm sorry. Freedom is not becoming a member of Congress or opening your own political party. I'm sorry. That's not freedom. That's not freedom. This is why our forefathers were mistaken at. This is what a lot of our forefathers were mistaken at. All of them, they putting these visuals of Fred Hampton and the, you know what I'm saying, these niggas in our face because it was the right spirit, but that spirit was going to the wrong fight. They was fighting from the wrong legal position, the wrong political position. Okay? And this go for everybody who on house arrest, everybody who got a case, through law. Law is the only way. Fucking beautiful outside. The sun rays, man, it's a different feel. It's definitely in the air. Manifestation of paperwork. Manifestation of intent. They actually got a word for it in the law dictionary called a manifestation of intent. Yes, all these words mean something. The manifestation of intent. All the words motherfucker been speaking. I bet that's what 2020 showed me. 2020 showed me how powerful word was. But where does word come from? Word comes from the mind. Okay? So once you know you're not a slave and you speak that shit out, you put it on paper and you put it on the right paper. Okay? This is the legal process. This is the legal process. Y'all believe y'all need jobs, right? Y'all believe y'all need jobs. Y'all believe y'all need money. Y'all believe it. That shit is it's a lie. It's a lie. And I done went in on the money stuff already. Take it back to 1929. First of all, the United States has no money. Take it back to 1929, the Great Depression, and the market crash that was purpose and intentional by who? The leaders of the markets. The leaders of the markets. The only books we need is Black's Law dictionaries, bro. Those are the only books you really need right now. Everybody really need Black's Law dictionaries. And I got these two books. I got these two books right here. These are the most important books in our history. These two books right here. Once we got a Black's Law, I'm going to pass. All these books going to get passed. And you don't even need to see much in them to know that you free. Ain't no police going to ever lock me up no more. No police, no state, local, or federal officer will ever lock me up no more unless I murder somebody. Because I don't do no stealing. No, we are all slaves. We are all slaves. We are all slaves. We don't know it. We are all slaves until we know we're not. Until we can bring it to the right people and with the right acknowledgement and it's coded. I'm saying what I'm saying, not for no debate. I'm saying what I'm saying because we taking action. We taking action. This is why I'm saying what I'm saying. I ain't even on here to have no conversation or to go back and forth. We taking action. And it's all gonna show and prove. And when we show and prove, we letting people know right now, we're gonna have an understanding of these laws. It's a reason why them people got secret societies. It's a reason why people are masons. Y'all understand what a mason is? A mason is not no fucking person who build houses. The real masons, they build governments. The real masons build governments. They build governments over unknowing participants. This is what they do. The real masons build governments, okay? And we've been entrusted with the fucking knowledge. We've been entrusted with the ability to absorb the knowledge to do it. That's what high vibration is. Your high vibrations means you can intake information and you can process that shit and make that shit manifest. It's only one way to make something manifest in the system of the United States, nigga. And it ain't about fucking just talking. It ain't about following your dreams. It ain't about none of those jobs or careers that nobody fucking chasing. It's about the ability to absorb information, process information, speak that language. It's a different type of power. It's a different type of power, man. I'm trying to tell you. If you just, let me just go. No, you have to put that shit into use. Go learn how to fucking build a car with this high vibrational energy. Because you could do it. Go learn how to fucking fly a plane with this high vibrational energy. Because you can do it. Yes, we have not just we have to make a declaration. Fuck proclaiming. We making a declaration. An international fucking declaration, nigga. This shit hold weight. This shit hold weight. This shit holds weight. This shit holds weight. This shit holds real weight. This shit holds weight. And I ain't telling no motherfucker nothing unless you get around me, but repeat after me. Repeat after me. We indigenous people, y'all. We not black. We not Puerto Rican. We not fucking Mexican. We not Indian. We not none of that dumb shit. We are indigenous people. This who has credibility. Indigenous people have credibility internationally, nigga. And the United States has signed on treaties, multiple treaties, respecting indigenous people. They don't say shit about no U.S. citizens, no black Americans. They don't say shit about none of that. Ain't no respect for it. So it's a dead fight. It's a dead fight, and they want us to keep fighting that fight. We have to make an international declaration, y'all. And not only that, we become Masons. We government builders. They've produced the ultimate instrument of they undoing. The phones is one of them. Niggas like me is the other. Yeah. And I'm saying I love talking and building and kicking it, but we applying pressure. We applying pressure because we using this high vibrational energy, and we taking on intellectual work the same way we would take on physical labor for the man. Because right now, we are able, if you vibrating high for real, You can learn how to do some amazing shit. Indigenous to the American continent. Yes, the charter of the American continents. We're not no United States no more. The powers have been transferred by the Continental Congress. Hey, take these little words and go do y'all due diligence. The Continental Congress holds the power over the people who reside in the states and on the continent of America. They have shown us. Noble Drew Ali, them niggas have shown us what to do. They shown us what to do. It just got too gimmicky. It got too fucking, they got too wrapped up in those fucking, their concepts. We ain't wrapped up in their concepts. We know what the universe do to us. We know what type of food to eat. We know what information valid. We know what's going on now. We have nationality now. Okay? We've acquired a creed from that nationality, along with our mind, body, and soul, which makes us real humans, which is what they respect on the international level. They do not respect citizens on no international level. They don't. We're not going to get it past nowhere talking about you a citizen of no corporation, especially a legal fiction. A legal fiction. That's what that shit is. And we're going to pass this shit. Everybody accepting, man. And like I say, we've been bonded. We have been slaves. So guess what comes with getting out of slavery? Them reparations. And they gonna come in all type of ways. Right now, we seen what 21 just did. They gave us the reparations last year and all that scam money. That's why I felt bad for anybody who didn't get no scam money. I felt bad if you ain't get close to it. If you ain't get nothing that this government had to offer. Those were fake reparations, y'all. That shit ain't had nothing to do with no goddamn coronavirus. They trying to shift. And now they big and they on their last leg trying to get niggas to take them goddamn vaccines. You gotta be crazy. You gotta be crazy. We have to make international declarations. We have to get versed in these law books, these real important books that ain't the ones that they teaching us in school, man. These books are, and it's crazy because this is how you know the transfer of powers has allowed for anybody to become president. Trump was the first indicator. The nigga Bezos, Tesla, Zuckerberg. They become an immediate threat to the people, to the Fed, to the federal bankers. The federal bankers, Rothschilds, J.P. Morgan, Henry Ford, and American shit. Stop saying that black shit. You can keep that shit in your heart. Keep that shit in your heart. Don't hold no weight in court. A black person got about 3 rights. They can take the rights of a black person and put it on a card as a lawyer and say, these are the rights you have. You indigenous people. Yeah, this is how many rights we have as indigenous people. This is how many rights we have. We were civilly dead before they brought us back to life artificially with an artificial nationality and creed. United States and all the statutes and, public acts that run it. You think death and slavery of the physical avatar comes with liberation? Because no, it does not. No, it does not. No, it does not. If your spirit don't get free, of course, and it's really fighting and it's really enlightening, listen, y'all look at the pyramids, man. The pyramids tell us where the energy go. The energy going straight to the fucking sky when we die. And guess what's in space? That's a whole nother pussy. I don't know what type of pussy. It might be an animal. It might be an egg. It might be something. But if you ascending, if you vibrating high, you finna come right back out another womb some type of way. Your spirit finna come back again and try and finish the job if you vibrating high. If you're vibrating low, your spirit will remain here. Your spirit will remain here, haunted, forever stressed and guilty, forever weighed down with obsessions of what they cannot find. Yes. Look at the pyramid, our energy transmitter. Nikola Tesla knew this shit. I just got done watching some shit on this nigga. The Egyptians, all these ancient, the Aztecs, the Olmecs, these niggas over here, is pyramids over here. They understood this is how you got the ultimate connection with the universe. And that shit was, the afterlife is that way. They got ready for that shit. They got prepared for the afterlife. You know how you get prepared? You have the maximum experiences here on earth. That's how you get prepared for the afterlife. You know what I'm saying? You get in shape. You make sure your body feeling good inside out. Okay? You fucking do things that make you happy. You do things that make you feel good. That's what life about. That's what life about. And it's going to come with differences, even when you chasing things you love. If you vibrating high, you learning and you teaching. You learning and you teaching. You're not fucking killing, destroying. Us drinking liquor, smoke, doing all the vices, all the shit that we take part in. are acts of destruction, suppressance of the spirit. Bro, war is being waged psychologically on our spirits. They've psychologically waged war. It's happening psychologically. And it's to suppress the spirit. How they doing that? I go back to the Matrix. If y'all familiar with the Matrix, Neo is the neocortex of the brain. Okay, that's what's right there wrapped around the pineal gland. That's what's pumping the information into the. Alice in Wonderland down, you know what I'm saying? You know, he took that trip. And once he took that trip, he ran into the Holy Trinity, which was produced as a woman. And this is just all a mental battle. But this is how it's personified. So the battle is happening psychologically. They've given us images, okay, that's going to make us fear and suppress our actions. And it's going to have a resounding effect on our mental. And it's going to put the logical thinking skills, which the neocortex, this is responsible for cognition, energy, information capacity, intake, and processing information. The neocortex is how we process information. That's the main vein. And if that motherfucker not working correctly, it's not working correctly, probably because of fear or trauma. You know what I'm saying? Probably because of fear or trauma. We got to learn about the brain too. If we learn about our brain, we'll understand how we were dead. Black is dead. If you claim to be black, you are dead. Yes, you are, because you don't know. You can't know if you claiming to be black. And the whole fucking world know it except you. Except us. Y'all reducing jail time in Massachusetts for taking the vaccine. Oh yeah. Yeah, they trying to get, declare your indigenous rights and stand your ground with all things. A lot of principles with the international law. There you go, baby. International law. You understand? International law. That's my woman right there. Y'all got to understand what's going on. We got to understand what's going on. And we going to make this shit a little bit easier for everybody. But guaranteed, nobody going to be a part of the new shit unless you know what's going on. And you're going to have to know what's going on. Complicated information. Complicated. We all made up of numbers. Go study some real hard shit, nigga, and figure it out. That's how you know you vibrating high. You ain't vibrating high because you in good spirits, nigga. High vibrations don't mean good behavior all the time. It's motherfuckers these motherfucking animals vibrate high as hell. And they trying to kill. Cheetahs and lions, they vibrating higher than a bitch. And they out there killing to survive. They out there killing for fun. They try to teach their kids. If they can hunt for fun and teach their shorties, they'll do it. And they vibrate high. Yeah, they vibrate high. And just so your behavior don't necessarily got nothing to do with your vibration. What's your intent? What is your intent? What is your intent? Okay? If you vibrating high like you say, you can process real difficult information fast. And you can make it make sense. You can comprehend it. And you can learn it. This is what they was doing in the Matrix. She was woke. I can't fly a helicopter. How you fly? Download, easy download. Easy download. We all important, broski. I appreciate that though, God. But we all important. This is why we need to get together, nigga. I be reaching out to motherfuckers for reasons, nigga. I know who we need, bro. We don't need everybody. I mean, we do. We gonna make the way for a lot of unknowing motherfuckers. It's about to happen regardless. This is the army. This is the recruitment process. This is the real recruitment process. They done gave us these devices and we gonna make them pay for it. They not gonna never lock nobody up. They not gonna never put no fucking house arrest on no nigga for no goddamn shit. And he ain't hurt no motherfucker again. They ain't gonna never do this shit no more, nigga. Mark my words, nigga. On my mama, nigga. They not gonna never do this shit no more. Never. I only asked a question for it. No, absolutely. And I love it. Keep the questions coming. That's what I want. I want the questions. I want the pressure. I want the pressure of having to answer the questions. I want that. I want it. Because every question is answered. I promise you. And they talk about them Akashic records when you start to vibrate high. Vibrating high is it's a gift and a curse, man. That shit is a gift and a curse. It's a gift and a curse, man. Because you see both sides. You can see eternal death and damnation, and you gonna fight for, goddamn it, the freedom of it. I already know, gang. But we gotta put these plays together. We gotta put these plays together, and that's what the fuck I'm here to do. I'm here to put plays together, put some shit up in action, nigga, and make.
And this is your girl to talk with Tiny. Shout out to Lisa Cabrera once again. And shout out to my brothers and sisters who are really truly indeed awakening, because Most High has made a way. It is totally up to you, free will, to come out of Babylon. So with that being said, you heard it for yourself. Get in tune with Black Law's Dictionary and learn everything. You are the real computer that they fear. You are, that is your way out. Like I said, you could do this all by yourself, and you can make your own laws, because those two, birth certificate and social security, when you turn those things in, you become an entity. You can make up your own laws. And they didn't ever want us to know this. But like I said, knowledge is power. Okay. And they're going to realize that we're not human resources anymore. And we're not going to be your bots anymore. And we're going to make our own laws. And we just got to come with our own infrastructure and our own plan and our own body. Period. Now that's power. And anyone got a problem with that? If you saying that such and such is leading such and such to danger, if you oppose this, you are a danger to yourself. You're an idiot. So with that being said, with all due respect, I leave in peace in the same